And how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news, and I have some Elder Scrolls 6 news for you all today, because with my latest discovery, I think I have a pretty good idea of what Bethesda Game Studios is going to be paying special attention to in terms of their future next-gen open-world games, like Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. And this is pretty awesome because it looks like they're going to be improving something really important and something that's been one of the banes of their games, going way back from Morrowind to especially Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 4. But as always, I'm going to be recording my screen, that way you can see that my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can look this information up to verify it for yourself. And we're going to start our journey right here at the ZeniMax job listings, because yes, I made another discovery in terms of Bethesda Game Studios job listings. In a previous video, I showed that Bethesda Game Studios is going to be paying special attention to their animations and physics because they recently posted the job listings for animations and physics, and now this job listing has to do with character artists because they're going to be paying special attention to their character design, which is awesome because if you played Morrowind and if you've played especially Oblivion and even Fallout 3, you will know that Bethesda Game Studios should have paid a little bit more attention to their character design and their overall character creation, especially Oblivion. Those characters were like living, possessed, super cringy and awkward wax sculptures of some kind. They were kind of really rigid, kind of bland, and didn't have that much believability, which took me out of the immersion factor, but somehow added to the charming factor. It made Oblivion still feel somehow nostalgic and homey somehow, but they've shown that they're paying special attention to improving their character design and animations, even going back as far as Skyrim and especially Fallout 4, so there's no doubt that they're going to be paying special attention to improving this with their next-gen games such as Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. Now this is a new job listing because if you check this out here, it shows that this job listing was listed 4 days ago, so it is fairly new. They probably already have a few applicants already and are starting to interview very soon. These Bethesda job listings, especially when it comes to Bethesda Game Studios, usually don't last very long, meaning they hire people pretty quick, and I think they kind of want to take the job listing down as soon as possible because they know people like me report on this fairly quickly and people might pick up on exactly what Bethesda is doing, like we're kind of doing right now. Now let's go back and let's read the job listing. This is obviously the same job listing. It's the same thing word for word. It's only this one tells you how recently the job listing was posted as opposed to ZeniMax's actual job listing website where it doesn't really tell you that information. But let's go ahead and read this word for word and see what we can infer from what this says. As of 4 days ago, Bethesda Game Studios is seeking a talented character artist to join our team. The ideal candidate will have a passion for creating memorable faces, an eye for anatomy, and a strong understanding of composition as applied to characters. The responsibilities needed will be able to create and texture highly detailed 3D character models for AAA games, work directly with the art director and concept artists in the creation of character concepts and take those assets to completion, collaborate with other disciplines such as tech art, animation, and design to understand gameplay requirements, technological issues, and how they relate to the character art and implementation. Now this, especially the second one in terms of create characters based on concept art, is a big one. That tells me that this is more likely related to the Elder Scrolls 6 rather than Starfield, because I doubt that Starfield is doing anything related to concepts at this point. They probably have most of Starfield done. In fact, Pete Hines and Todd Howard have been saying over the course of the last couple of years that Starfield was in a playtesting or a playable state, and like I've been saying, I expect Starfield to come out in 2019 or at the absolute latest 2020, so Starfield is definitely in a very playable state, and more than half of the game, if not almost the entire thing, is done right now, especially when you take into consideration what I covered in the previous video, where there is evidence that they're actually putting together a collector's edition for Starfield to probably be released this year. So I'd have to say that this job listing is almost certainly related to the Elder Scrolls 6, which is very exciting, and I can't wait to see what kind of characters Bethesda will create for the Elder Scrolls 6. Now let's go on and finish reading what this says here. The requirements needed are a minimum of 3+ years of experience in video game development and shipped at least one AAA title as an artist specializing in character modeling. You can see that Bethesda, as always, has very strict requirements in terms of their game developers that they hire for their major AAA projects, such as Starfield, such as the Elder Scrolls 6, such as Fallout. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us for the Elder Scrolls 6, because if Starfield has been one of Todd Howard's dream projects forever, and because Todd Howard, Pete Hines, and the rest of Bethesda Game Studios have been saying that the reason we haven't had Elder Scrolls 6 yet was because the technology to create this game doesn't exist. I cannot wait to see what they have in store, because you can see that the technology to create that game definitely exists, because this is going to be for the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever, so that technology will surely exist, and I believe it does, and Bethesda Game Studios does as well, because they've been hiring a lot of next-gen game developers for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, everything from physics to animations to sound design to writing and now to character design and character art, which is amazing, and I am super hyped, and I can't wait to see what is in store. You can see that they're already knee-deep in developing the Elder Scrolls 6. How far they are in terms of developing Elder Scrolls 6 is in terms of speculation and question, because Starfield doesn't have a definite release date, only a very educated guess in terms of when we're going to get that game, so we can kind of piggyback on guessing that the Elder Scrolls 6 should come out sometime between 2022 and 2024. So I would say that they're probably at least 1 to 2 years in terms of developing the Elder Scrolls 6, with the pre-dev stage included in that timeline, not including some sort of concept art or concept story design, because I believe that Todd Howard and the rest of Bethesda Game Studios probably had the story, at least the very rough outline of the story of the Elder Scrolls 6, planned out probably even far back as before Skyrim was written out. A lot of game developer companies do this. BioWare does this, Rockstar Games does this. They kind of have an encyclopedia of the future of the timeline of the game franchise. I believe Dragon Age has a timeline written all the way up to Dragon Age 6 or 7 or something crazy like that. It's likely that Bethesda Game Studios has a timeline and the future of all of the Elder Scrolls games written as far up to possibly even the Elder Scrolls 8. Who knows? But this job listing paired with previous job listings is a very good sign that there is very interesting and awesome things to come for the future of Bethesda Game Studios and gaming in general, with the next wave and the next generation of gaming technology. And as always, I want to know what you have to say about all of this. Let me know down in the comments below, and your favorite comment wins the internet and make it featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay in the know when it comes to gaming news. Follow me over on Twitter for the latest channel updates and random shit about me. If you want to have your hand in providing future content and defending the channel from bullshit video takedowns, then consider subscribing to the community on Patreon, where you can earn unique and awesome awards and get access to a patron-only podcast where you can be part of the podcast and it will be uploaded for everyone to hear and to see every month. More information on that coming very soon. Don't forget to follow me over on Twitch, where I am a Twitch affiliate, and come over to the channel Discord chat server, where there is always an awesome and active conversation and speculation taking place. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time, where Bethesda Game Studios doesn't even list job listings anymore, and they just hire based upon some sort of secret society allegiance.
Bye, have a great time.